Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. We have Stevie Nicol alongside me in the studio. Frank Leboeuf is back. He couldn't keep away. He loved yesterday so much. And Archie Rhind-Tutt is with us too. Along for the ride, we're going to be talking World Cup draw and a lot more. Let's start with the World Cup draw. Stevie, which group are you most interested in for the World Cup and which group is the toughest to get out of? I know you're saying Group H is the toughest to get out of, right?
Well, Group H is the toughest one to figure out.
Okay.
I think with the others, generally you could, with some sort of certainty, pick out either who's going to win it or who the two qualifiers are going to be. But the one with Portugal, Ghana,
Uruguay, South Korea
is for me the hardest one to choose. Obviously, England and Scotland will get through in that group. Unfortunately for the US.
That's putting all your eggs in one basket.
I'm not putting any eggs in
it. You're saying Scotland are there?
I'm just telling you. We're already qualified for the last 16.
All right.
You jinxed it now, Stevie. You jinxed it now, mate. It's done.
We're just bringing this... go on then, Archie. What do you reckon?
OK, so Wales are going to the World Cup. Sorry, Stevie.
Wales.
Right.
It's
going to be tough. You think you can get past Gareth Bale?
Don't worry, we'll sort Gareth Bale out before they get...
He paused then, didn't he, Archie? I think he's a bit worried. It was all bravado earlier.
The fear.
Yeah. McTominay will sort him out, don't worry about it.
OK.
All right, Archie. just in terms of which groups interested you?
Yeah, I like the look of Group H as well because of how open that is. And particularly as well to see how the likes of Serbia and Cameroon might get on against Brazil. Brazil have looked so hot in qualifying that I think them along with France are going to be, they are undoubtedly the favourites. I wonder with England. I've already seen headlines back home stating how easy this draw is. And that's not the way to approach things, guys. That's not the way to approach things.
Charlie, don't give me that nonsense.
Charlie,
don't give me that nonsense about, I wonder about England. Give me a break.
Listen, Sammy.
USA, Iran and Scotland. Are you serious? They could put half a team out and win that group. They could put half a team out and win that group. The US are like a bunch of kids.
You think?
England against the USA is going to be men against boys. Scotland are not even close. Scotland are not even close to where England are. And Iran could be a little bit.
We've established
Iran.
Charlie.
If ever there's been a double bluff, Charlie. Charlie. Where I got Charlie from?
I don't know.
No idea.
Usually right.
Sorry,
it's either Charlie, it's Alfie as well. You know,
I've
when
no
people
idea where I got
misremember it.
Charlie
So
from.
It's been a while. In all seriousness, you do need to give it a little. There is a little bit of respect to be given to the other teams in the group. I mean, it's not clear yet if Iran are going to be in that group because of the FIFA lodged investigation which is going on there. So would be interesting to see what would happen should Iran get pulled out of the World Cup.
Well, unless they're going to switch Brazil in there, then I don't think it'll make much difference.
All right. Well, listen, one thing we know is that Frank's team, France, have got the easiest group in Group D, Frank.
What? No, the England has the easiest group, and I tell you, if England or France don't go on out of that those group, it means that they don't deserve to go in the World Cup, really. For me, the toughest one is the Spain and German one, because we all forget, or some of us have forgotten, Costa Rica. I think Costa Rica, with Navas and the game they played against United States, showed me that they have some talents and they can trouble Spain or Germany. So for me, it's the toughest group.
All right. Archie, who do you think will be the top scorer in this year's World Cup?
To slightly misquote Hansen's hit from 1997, Mbappe. Mbappe.
Mbappe.
Yeah.
You going for Mbappe as well?
Yeah, tough. It's tough not to. Listen, I think France are going to go far, and so that's why you have to go with Mbappe, no question.
Frank?
Mbappe or Benzema, but yeah, one of the two.
All right. Stevie, would you rather Liverpool win the Premier League this year or Scotland qualify for the World Cup? They haven't qualified yet, just to let you know.
Well, I'd rather Liverpool won the Premier League.
Okay. But then that means that Scotland don't qualify?
Well, listen, we've done well. Stevie Clarke's done well to get us into the Euros previously. And if we get in the World Cup, you know, are we going to even qualify through the group stages? I'm not so sure. Or the other choice is Liverpool winning the Premier League. Seriously? Easy peasy.
Club over country. All right, question for Frank. Will the World Cup holders fail to get out of the group stages just like the past 3 champions?
Well, I don't think that's going to be the case because I think the group
It's an easy group.
It's quite easy. Yeah, that's an easy group. But it's true that's a danger because, as you just said, the last 3 times or 4 times, no winners or holders have been getting out of the group stages. So, but I'm very confident about the group. I think it's going to be between France and Denmark, and but I have no doubt that France will do the job against the others.
Yeah, France will stop the curse. Archie, which Premier League club would be best for Jude Bellingham if he is to leave in the summer?
Ooh.
Okay, so not Manchester United, because I don't think that's a good environment for, I would say, many, if any, players right now with what's been going on there. I think that Liverpool would be a good place for him, but I think he could still do with another season at Borussia Dortmund just to grow a little bit more. You might have seen there was a video from their game against Rangers a few weeks ago where he was mouthing off against his own teammate Nicol and berating how bad he was. And whilst that was swept under the carpet, I think that there's still some growth for him to be doing at Dortmund, and I think he is an exceptional player. And excited to see tomorrow, for the first time, him playing in front of a full stadium in Borussia Dortmund. He's not had that chance yet. So that's also going to be something to see in terms of his development. But you said which Premier League club? I think Liverpool is the fit.
Can't believe you didn't say Fulham going off and it will be Fulham for Jude Bellingham. Surely that would be your dream.
I don't think even Jude Bellingham will be able to keep us up next season.
All right, very honest. A question for Archie or Stevie. Stevie, I'll come to you. In the 80s, when the English teams received a 5-year ban from European football and teams from Romania, Portugal, Yugoslavia, Netherlands, France, Milan twice winning in the era, how many Champions League would Liverpool have won in those years of absence? So how many Champions League do you think they would have won during that ban if they were allowed to play?
Well, you can't. I mean, I can't turn around and say they would have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. All I would say is that certainly the sides, the side we have, the side that we had, 87, 88, and 88, 89, would have had a chance to win the Champions League. You know, Barnsley, Beardsley, Hansen, you know. Grobler was a great goalkeeper. People always remember all the antics, but Bruce was a great goalkeeper. Whelan, McMahon, Ray Houghton. I mean, we had a genuine team, proper team. So we would have competed, no question.
All right, last question. What, people are sending in questions for me now. This is starting to become a thing, is it? All right. For Kay.
We don't have to answer it if you don't want.
True. How do you feel about Group B from an England fan's perspective? Do you find it easy, as some other fans have said, like Frank? Dan Thomas has actually said easy for this group.
I think he was taking the mickey.
I think so too. I think he was taking the mickey out of that headline that Herc was posting earlier on Twitter.
So you're going to join the rest of your English mates? Give it the old, oh, it's not as easy in paper.
But I mean it. I mean it. I have never really had a wonderful time watching England in
you've just got into
major tournaments.
the final and the semi-final of the last two major tournaments, and you're still not giving it that.
No,
I've never had a worry over the last 4 or 5 years.
I'm usually very optimistic, but I'm not going to get too excited just yet. Tell me, Frank.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Who are you afraid of? Are you afraid of Iran? Really? Are you afraid of Scotland, Wales, or the other? I don't know who it's going to be the last one, possibly. Ukraine? And are you afraid of USA, who couldn't, I think, win a game away from home? And who is a very, very young team? You're England. You're the almighty England. Second favorite of the World Cup. And you're telling me you have doubt that England can get out of that Group B? Come
the second
on,
favourite along with France. Now, listen, I'm not saying that I don't think we're going to get out of the group. We're definitely going to get out of the group, in my opinion. But it doesn't mean that I think it's going to be plain sailing. And I'm not going to underestimate the USA, because when it comes to the World Cup, everything's different. All the form you've seen and the struggle that the teams have to qualify,
it's
always different when they get there.
Very politically correct.
USA, who gets an England's team?
I know, but I know we can do it that way, but I know.
Stevie,
Listen,
it's
I'm
not
just not
about
going to get
the
too
other
excited.
teams.
Archie, back me up.
It's not about the other teams. It's about how England can shoot themselves in the foot. We go back to 2010.
Okay, when was the last time that happened?
Remember Robert Green and
so
that
you've
ball
got to go
from
back
Clint
12
Dempsey.
years. So you've got to go back 12 years. You've just got the semi-final of the World Cup. You've got the final of the Euros, and you're worried about Iran and Scotland and the USA, who not one of the
come
players.
On. Everyone always says England is so arrogant. Can you not praise us for a little bit of humility here?
Hey, you're English.
Yeah, we don't believe you.
English
That's the thing.
Don't give me that. Don't give me that nonsense.
All I do know.
We know we are in the US network, so we have to be politically correct. So we have to put the USA on the top and England second. So let's go like that.
Well, yeah, I am going for my citizenship this year, so I'm not going to upset too many people.
You could get the three of them. Pick the best team from Iran, Scotland, and the US against England, and they'd still beat them.
Sounds like Stevie's an England fan for this one, seeing as though Scotland aren't going there.
Listen, it would give me the greatest of pleasure to watch you fall flat on your face.
Me or England?
Anybody concerned with the England team. It would be the greatest of pleasures. Unfortunately, I'm not anticipating that happening.
All right, thanks, Stevie. That will do it for the latest edition of Extra Time. We thank Frank, we thank
Charlie.
Stevie, and we thank Charlie.
Thanks, Charlie.
Join us tomorrow. Big football's back and we can't wait.
Bye-bye, Charlie.
I have no idea where that came from.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and of course, ESPN FC 7 days a week, subscribe to ESPN+.